Steph's on a budget. Welcome back for another video. We are going to be setting up our second, for us, February paycheck. So I am excited to see how this one goes. So you're probably wondering, how can this be the second paycheck? And that is because our last paycheck in January for us was technically our first February paycheck, which I'll explain a little bit more here in a bit. But we are looking at the monthly spread. So if you're new here, welcome. I use the Budget Mom workbook printable version, and I also I put it into a big happy planner. And so I use the happy planner calendar, and I do the highlight method that the Budget Mom uses, which is where you list every bill or payment that you have throughout the month on the date that it's due, and then you highlight everything according to what payday you pay that with. So you can see everything highlighted in blue got paid with the last paycheck on the 26th. And today we're going to be setting up the budget where we're paying everything that is highlighted in pink. So I just love this February spread. I know I said it last time, you guys, but I am so in love with it. I love to look at it. I'm going to be so sad when we have to turn to March, but hopefully we'll set up a really cute one in March. So, okay. So getting paid here on Friday the 9th, like I said, we're going to be looking to pay everything that is in the pink. Okay, let's flip through. I thought, so last payday, I used Marlene from Snow Gardener 307. I used her budget templates that she has, adorable. And I didn't have another one printed out. So I'm just gonna use the one that I have in here since it's already printed, and that way I'm not wasting, but I'm sad. But next month, I'm gonna throw it back in there because I really liked how hers, just the color, and it just was a fun little change. And it's very similar to this same kind of layout. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull out the paycheck budget tracker. This is what we're gonna set the budget up onto. So let's move the budget book out of the way. Otherwise, nobody will see what we're doing here. Okay, just making sure we're still recording. All right, so we are going to set this up. So payday is the 9th. So we'll pop that in there. First thing we're going to start with is listing out our income. If you are new here, my husband and I both work in healthcare. I'm a nurse. My husband works in anesthesia. We both work a full-time 40-hour plus work week, and we both get paid on the same day on a bi-weekly basis. So we expect two checks to be coming in. So we have pay 1, pay 2, and my kiddo will also be paying her insurance since the auto insurance is going to be due on this payday. So we'll budget for that as well. And I'm not anticipating anything else. No travel pay or anything like that is coming through because for some reason it should have been here, but they took forever to approve that this time, which just annoys me beyond. But we'll see it next time, so it's just whatever. Okay, so our pay 1, I always budget the same minimum. It's pretty rare that they actually come in at the minimum, but I would always rather make the adjustment with more money than have to try to make an adjustment with less money, if that makes sense. So I'm still going to just budget our minimum pay, and then if we have more, great. That just means we get to throw extra to debt or sinking funds or savings. So we always budget $2,800 for our minimum pay 1, and we always budget $1,700 for our minimum pay 2. I have been thinking of increasing this to like $1,800 at the minimum, but there is about twice a year, I would say, where it comes in around the $1,700. So it freaks me out. So I think I'm just going to leave it. And then my daughter will put $60 towards her auto insurance. So we'll anticipate that as well. Okay, that is our income. Let's add it up. 4,560 is what we're going to be breaking down into our budget, this paycheck, you guys. This calculator, it always just, I can't find like the good spot for it. I'm always shuffling it around on you guys. So let me just make sure you can see everything. I think we're good there. Okay. All right. Next thing we're going to do is drop down to our fixed expenses. Or your bills, right? These are the non-negotiables. They got to get paid if you want to keep your lights on. So we always start here. So we have half our mortgage. We split our mortgage payment up in two. So we set aside half for each paycheck throughout the month. And that'll be $11.35, I think. I'm still not used to this new number, you guys. Okay, so we're gonna budget $11.35. Then we had our personal loan would have been due, but it is paid off. And I'm gonna go ahead and put it here, you guys, personal loan, but we're gonna add the debt snowball here, okay? And that was on the 10th, and the minimum payment for that was $150. So we now have $150 extra to throw at the new current debt since we paid off the personal loan. Now, normally you'll see people throw that in this extra debt section, but for me, it's a mental thing that if I leave it up here in the fixed expenses, it tells my brain that I still have that bill, and it keeps me on track for the debt payoff versus if I get through all my bills, I always look at that money as like, okay, that's like my comfort cushion and I can essentially put it wherever. And I want to make sure it's going to debt. So I'm going to leave that here, which I also do with our Apple Card. You guys see that in the last budget. So we're going to just continue with that because for whatever reason, mentally that works for me. It might sound silly, but you know, when we're on this journey, we find the little tricks that work. And this one works for me. So that's exciting. All right, then we have our electric bill, also due on the 10th. And that is at $261. Okay, we have our water bill on the 14th. And that was it came in at $220, I think. So I'm going to budget $222 because I hate the way we have to pay the water bill. You can either pay it online with your card, but they charge you $1.75 fee every time. So I pay that every time. Or your other option is to write a check, which who the heck does that? Not me. So I'd rather just pay the $1.75. It's cheaper than buying checks. So I always have to account for that extra money. All right, then we have our City 2 card on the 14th as well, and that minimum payment is $115. Okay, we have our car insurance. That comes out automatically, so I'm gonna note this little A here, you guys, so I know that I don't have to worry about paying that. And that is $586 now, which is really high. So if you're new here, our auto insurance covers 5 drivers, 4 vehicles. So we've got quite a bit on there. And we've got our kids on there, so we don't get like the best rate right now either. Okay, then we have Apple Music, also automatic on the 15th, and that's $19 a month for family plan. We have Netflix, and that's on the 19th, and that $25. Okay, it went up, and I still am just not used to the new number for some reason. It's driving me crazy. All right, then we have our Discover card. Whoop. And that's due, I don't remember, but we're gonna budget $200 because that's the minimum payment that we're paying on it. It's on the 20th. I am so discombobulated right now. I am sorry, you guys. Okay, then we have our Subaru payment that's due on the 21st, and that's $459 we're gonna budget. Okay, I think we've got it all. Let's add it up and see where we're at. Okay, $3,179 for our fixed expenses. And if we take that from our $4,560, that gives us $1,388 to roll down to our variable expenses. So let's bring that down here. And no change here, you guys. We're gonna do all the same things. We've got groceries, Costco, gas for our vehicles, just miscellaneous. We put money to like house and beauty stuff, spending, takeout, water for drinking water, and pets. Is that everything? Let me double check. Okay, I think we got it all. So we're gonna budget $300 for groceries. We're gonna budget $100 for Costco. We're gonna budget $150 for gas, $40 for miscellaneous and house and beauty. We're gonna budget $360 for spending, $100 for takeout, $38 for water, and $25 for our pets, you guys. So let's add that all up and see what we get. Okay, so $1,153 from the $1,388 means we have $235 left over for our savings. So let's bring up $235 here. Okay, priorities. We've got month ahead, emergency fund, our debt binder, Christmas, and then just our regular savings challenges. So those are what we're currently saving in. And you know, like the savings challenges and stuff go to our sinking funds. That's just kind of how we're doing it this year. It seems to be working okay for now. So the month ahead gets 33 and emergency needs 40 for us to stay on track with those two goals. So let's go ahead and take those out. So that's going to leave us with 162. So not a ton, a lot less than usual, but hopefully our income will come in a little bit better and we'll have a little bit more wiggle room over here. Let's do, shoot. This is always the hard part, you guys. All right, let's do 62 into the debt binder and then 50 into the other two. Perfect. So that gives us $235 total in savings, which brings us to $0 left to roll down through, which means we have come up with a zero-based budget, which is our goal always. Just means we have every dollar accounted for, and we are good to go. So hopefully the income will come in, like I said, better. And I know for a fact the pay one will, because there was overtime there. So we'll just wait and see what that exact number is. We won't know until tomorrow. So yeah, okay guys, I think we got there in the end. Hopefully, like I said, we'll have a little bit more money to throw into our savings challenges. I always like to bump those up if we can, but you know, some paydays, they just go like this for whatever reason. So the important piece is all our four walls are covered. We've got money for food and gas and all that stuff. And then we still have $235 is nothing to shake your head at when it comes to savings. That's a really good amount. So, you know, that's a win in my book all day. But that is a look at our February 9th budget with me. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, if you could give me a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already to see how this all shakes out. And we will see you in the next one, friends. Have a great day. Bye.